Well, well, well. What is this new toy you've brought into this world? Is this really my Umbra? Why, this has all sorts of potentially delightful applications. Oh, we have a deal, of course, of course. My word is my bond. Too bad the original owner of this body couldn't strike her own deal with you first, Maybe you two could have shown her the same kind of mercy. That's not very nice. Imagine if I had told you that back at the cave, when I had every right to absorb her. In fact, I had more of a right to absorb her then than you two had to hijack this poor woman's body now. I guess poor Callisto had a right idea, but he forgot the rules. Rule number 1, be the hero of the story. Rule number 2, do not anger Daedric princes who can steal your loved ones with a snap of their fingers. Oh wait, that was not for Callisto. 1,000 dragon souls. Why, although you have to admit, taking over someone like Elisif would be all kinds of fun for this little province, wouldn't it? I mean, it worked well enough for Jagerthar, I'll be seeing you two. Have fun while I think about the next step of our partnership.
I feel violated. Is this what Umbra's victims felt? Is this what my victims could feel? I didn't know. I can't. Yes, I don't want to talk about it anymore. Let's just go.
I felt Abacus too. You don't have to say anything. No speeches. Here is the ideal form. Countless lives were sacrificed to create it. You know what you have to do. Make sure you come back then. I'll keep your body safe, and I'll channel your soul back in at the very moment you swap the cords. You have my word. Now speak with her when you're ready.
This is the hardest thing I'll ever do, beloved. If you don't come back, I'll find you. I'll pierce the skies over Sovngarde if I have to, but I'll find you. Beloved.
You are not welcome here!
Bravo. Bravo. That was quite entertaining to watch. Such skill. Didn't think I would see you here, however. At least, not so soon. Has she now? And how, may I ask, did this happen? Was it perhaps from devouring people's souls for eons? Why, if this was a fairy tale, you two would be the bad guys. A serial murdering duo rampaging all over Skyrim, devouring people's souls and defiling women's corpses. And that fool Elvis would be the impotent would-be hero who was too weak to finish the job. You know, you're right. You're not the villain in this fairy tale. You're more like the patsy. Used and abused. Beloved this, beloved that. Dearie this, dearie that. But you know who the real villain in this story is. Nainra, all along. She told you to just walk up to the Godflesh and swap it, didn't she? Probably she told you to ignore me too. Did she mention the ideal masters? Ah, maybe she did. Of course I've always been aware of her silly trap. Nothing amuses me more than little mortals thinking they got one over me. I'm the child god of the morning star, the prince of bargains, the granter of wishes. I make vampires walk in daylight. I make kings drink from my bitter cup. And she really thought I wouldn't notice a leap to the soul can in my own goddamn godflesh? So amusing. So go ahead, Saviour, strike me down. All the power Nainra has been storing within the ideal masters will come back all at once and flood me out. I will watch helpless from my fields of regret as my Umbra finally replaces one godflesh for another. Ah, children grow up so quickly. So go ahead. Oh, you want me to spoil it for you? Fine. Elhu's blade is nothing compared to what the ideal masters have in store. Remember, your beloved has been sucking souls as Umbra for far, far longer than that Umbra. Your ideal master's godflesh is almost all Umbra. When all of those stored memories come flooding back all at once, she will be, I'm afraid, overwhelmed. Specifically, the Umbra will. Umbra's going to be just fine, I guess. Tough gal, that one. Takes after her daddy. Oh, Nainra doesn't really care if it's Umbra or the Umbra who comes back. It's all the same to her. As long as I'm out, she'll just claim she fooled me a second time and exit stage left. But I'm guessing you care, don't you? Then leave. I'll snap my fingers and you'll be right out of here. Just go and explain to sweet old Nainra that it's not so easy to fool a Daedric prince after all. Or stay, cut me down with that flaming anger in your eyes and swap the godflesh up there. Umbra will put you to good use when you return. But know this, If you truly care for Umbra, mortal, you'll leave. It's the only way to prevent Umbra from taking her over. Unless, of course, you're just like Naira and you don't really give a damn about her, as long as you get to score just one more point against me. Oh ho ho, I've heard this one before. Very well, regale me. Oh? And in return? With what? What? Listen, you may be a big deal in the world of mortals, but friend, you are still a mortal. You have no god flesh as you. And without neither mine nor the ideal masters, your beloved is just an elaborately shaped hunk of steel. Let me be crystal clear. As noble as it sounds, you can't sacrifice your godflesh for her because you don't have any. She will die. Well now, this is a fairy tale. If nothing else, it makes for a great story. Go on then, finish the fairy tale. Go up there and grab the crystal. Your bargain is accepted.
You are not welcome here!
Go on then, champion. Finish the fairy tale. What seems to be the problem, friend? Oh, is it a little thing called dying? Yeah, it tends to happen to poor mortals. Boy, aren't we glad we're not in that lot, huh, fellow god? Wait, what's that? You're not a god? Huh. Didn't the power of love propel you straight to godhood? I thought that's how it was supposed to work in fairy tales. You're losing a lot of blood, friend. You better patch that up with your purity of heart, or maybe bandage it with some noble ideals. Excuse me. I seem to remember some brave words. I wouldn't be much of a prince of bargains if I reneged on them, would I? Swallow your pride, friend. Admit defeat. You just didn't have it in the cards. It's not your fault. I'll just put my godflesh back where it belongs. Then you'll go to Naina and explain to her she's not as smart as she thinks she is. Most important of all, Umbra will carry on being your beloved. I even promised to knock first before I walk in next time, eh? What do you say? I can't stand to look at you like this, all mortalsy and dying all over the place. I guess I'll make an exception. Here, someone bargained me his little ideal godflesh thing a while ago. I thought it could come in handy. I guess I'll just place it down right about here. And there. We're off to see a different fairy tale now. Say hi to Umbra. Umbra? Yes, it certainly did. Did you face any resistance at all from the new set of your memories? She called herself the Umbra, did she? Did she fight back at all? No reason. So, what do you plan to do now? And as for your puppet, are you going to do the mind corruption thing? Listen, before you visit Ellison, there's another part of my plan that I'm working on. Yes, it's a big dragon show. A big dragon show. Have you heard of this thing before? That's right. Only in Skyrim you would find word walls. Yes, and the puppet you're wearing is special. Has a unique ability to decipher the dragon writing and word walls for you. It's the quickest way for you to gain power, Umbra. Dragon power, not really mortal. After all, the king was recently murdered, creating the political power vacuum for you to exploit. A general happy day, that's right. Shouted to death. Magical shouts. Control. Yes, oh yes. Of course. I prepared everything. It's called Arkwin Point. Yes. And the word wall there will let you feast on your enemies, Umbra. Honey, you will be able to suck their souls out at a distance like a vampire. I'll go there ahead, if you don't mind, to prepare everything. Since I can teleport and all. Right, no pass with me this time, hopefully, right?
a force.
Oh, God, you made it. I mean, you finally made it, yes. Well, what do you think of Skyrim so far? Right, pretty special, huh? The stress? Not at all, not at all. So, is the puppet hearing us right now? Well, you have to let your puppet listen and see in order for it to read this dragon wolf for you. There could be multiple words in this word wolf. Only the puppet would know. Good, well, then let it hear this. 30 seconds. Just hold on for 30 seconds.
It seems trouble has found us.
She got me good first. But let no one say I didn't end what I started. We don't have much time, though. She will return. Just fine, dearie. I should be asking you that question. I guess I owe you an apology. I didn't think things through with the Idol Masters. I figured Umbra could try to come back, but I thought Umbra would win the fight. I'm sorry I didn't warn you. You may not have done it if I had. I'm sorry I couldn't take the chance. Umbra's still in there, fighting like hell. I'm going to give her the upper hand, and this time I'll use your own feelings for her. That was the first time too, by the way, and yes, we are trying it again. Not much of a romantic, are you? Listen to me. She's still in there, giving it all she's got. She's holding on to whatever precious happy moments she spent with you, holding on to them like beacons in the dark. When I say dark, I mean pitch black aeons of controlling people's minds and eating their souls. That was the price to pay to get rid of Clavicus, and I always knew that Umbra's love for you, if nurtured correctly, would end up greater than Umbra's hatred of mortals and of this world. All the tasks I made you do together, all the morally grey soul searching, it was all to bring you closer to each other. If you don't love her like she loves you, then tell me right now and let her go in peace. Otherwise, it's now and never. Well, she has to know for this to work. Jerry, we're going to try. It's a three-way operation. To keep your flesh suit alive, it's going to cost me mine. But hey, flesh suits are underrated anyways. I hope you put yours to better use. And I do take good care of who you hear. There are forces in this world stronger than mere divinity. There are forces in this world stronger than mere divinity.
There is no glory in death. I am a force to be reckoned with. Beloved, I'm back. I had to fight her. She put me in the same cage Ovis built for her. But I fought back. I fought back Umbra with all my strength. And I feared you would not come for me. Please, hold me. I will never let you go again. Not Enra. Suddenly, I heard her voice, and the cage shattered around me. She said, there are forces stronger in this world than mere divinity. And then, I saw a light, and the light made me think of you. And then I felt strong enough to stand up to Umbra and put her in the cage instead. Then, she has given me my life twice. Is it over? Is it really, finally over, beloved? She is back in her cage, nursing all her dark memories. It's the same cage Ulvis built. He too, in his own way, gave me my life twice. And now that Clavicus is gone, there's no one else, beloved. You too gave me my life, and more than twice. You saved me from the pit, and from the cave. From El Hul, from myself. Truly, my eternal life is too short to thank you. A new goal, beloved? I don't know what to say. Until the end of time then, beloved. Until the end of time. And, beloved, I love you.